Top 10 European Union Research Topics. Globalization and Citizenship in the EU. In this paper, you can research the concept of citizenship in the EU, a region characterized by strong cross-border interactions. In particular, look into the influence of globalization on these interdependencies. How does it shape the rights and responsibilities of EU citizens? Gender mainstreaming of European Union institutions. Here, your task is to examine how the EU has incorporated gender mainstreaming into its policies. Explain how the European Union's institutional framework seeks to address gender-related issues in areas such as employment and education. Finally, review the challenges and successes of this approach. What makes it particularly effective? The European Union's security issues. In this essay, you can review the EU's traditional and non-traditional security challenges. The former includes regional conflicts and terrorism, while the latter refers to threats such as climate change and cyber threats. What strategies does the European Union use to address these issues and enhance security? The European Union's preference for soft power. Soft power refers to using diplomatic, cultural, and economic influences to achieve goals. The EU famously uses it as a prominent tool in international relations. Your essay can discuss the benefits and challenges this approach brings. Focus on different forms of soft power and give examples of the EU using them. Global political economy, the World Trade Organization, the World Bank, and the European Union. In this essay, your task is to explain how the WTO, the World Bank, and the EU influence the global economic landscape. Demonstrate how they interact with each other and point out the differences between their approaches. How do these distinctions shape the decision-making processes within these organizations? Comparison of NAFTA and the European Union. This research paper can examine the similarities and differences between the North American Free Trade Agreement and the European Union. To start off, you can provide background information on both agreements. Next, discuss their implications, economic goals, strengths, and weaknesses. The European Union and religion. The EU is home to millions of people of diverse cultural and religious backgrounds. This diversity comes with specific challenges that you can discuss in your paper. In addition, research the role of secularism in the EU and how it influences the individual rights of its citizens. Austria's entry into European Union analysis. When Austria joined the EU, many people saw it as a breach of its neutrality. Do you agree with this opinion? To prove your point, cite the reasons why Austria joined the European Union and the consequences it had. Make a conclusion about Austria's role as a member of the EU. Can the EU reduce immigration into Europe? This paper can be about the refugee crisis and the strategies the EU can use to control the influx of migrants. To make an informed conclusion, consider every dimension of this issue. Also, think about the reasons that force people to immigrate to the EU. What can be done about the root causes of this problem? Cultural dimensions and work motivation in the European Union. This is another topic dealing with the diversity of cultures represented in the EU. Its member states have distinct attitudes toward individualism, collectivism, gender, power, and other cultural concepts. Analyze them and demonstrate how they affect the work motivation and performance of the European Union citizens. Find more research topics on studycorgi.com.